And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Minecraft. And going forward here, we have got, if we do a journey map look, you can see we've got a nice platform built. As you can see, the pattern again was in the middle of your block, in the middle of your building. You have 7 wide. Okay, and then on each side of that, you go 11, and you do 3. And then you do another 11, and then you do another 3. And on the inside corner of that, you go 11, 11, 3, 11, 3, 11, 3, 11, and then another 3, and then take that down. You go 1 out, and you do another. This right here is the exact same as this here. You go out 1. You can go out 2 if you want. You might like that design better. And then you kind of cut in, give a little bit back here, and then do that. And so it's a very simple design. And then these are the pillars marking the midpoints on all of these segments. And then this right here, this block right here, is the exact center of this center line crossed with this center line. That's the exact center. And that other hole that I have right there, that is going to be for the elevator. And I want to put an elevator there, so I count 3 blocks away from this, and then that's where my elevator goes. And the reason I do that is just to, write down the coordinates and get that, make sure I have the coordinates for that. A little easier to do it that way. Other things and stuff, I've added another magma crucible and fluid transposer for glowstone. Good old glowstone. And if you don't want to go mining glowstone, okay, again, this is the builder's pack. Less grind, more building. If you don't want to mine massive amounts of glowstone, there is a recipe, a stick, and a torch. Let's use one of the torches I have. In an induction smelter, stick and a torch, gives you 8 glowstone. Just like that. That's probably the most cheaty recipe in the whole pack. But the amount of glowstone that we go through and the lack of enjoyment I have going to mine it, that's what I do. Just a little easier to get glowstone, just because we're going to go through a lot of it. We also did some mining. If we look at our ores, I did a lot of silk touching on our ores, so we got a lot of ores, and I wanted ores for a future mining endeavor, and we'll get to that down the road. But we do have some ores. I have processed a little bit of it just to get some, some ingots going. I do have some Enderium ingots ready to go. So I've got the Enderium over here, the Resonant Ender, and I've got the destabilized redstone right here, and now I've got glowstone. The other thing we did is go out and go on some adventures, and yeah, let's show you journey map here. So we went west to look for a mob, and looks like, yeah, we hit a mushroom biome here, which was awesome. And there is a underground, there's one of those ocean monuments right there, very easy to see, yeah, in the bathymetry there. And then we come down here, continue going, and just keep going, and then finally, ta-da, we have sort of an icy cold biome, and we got a blizz. It's called a blizz because if we want to go into the resonant level of tech, we're going to need some cryotheum, and that is where we got it. So if you're using this seed, way to the west of where we are, so roughly the minus 50, 5800 on the X, and then 276 on the Z, and you're going to be in there. We also need some cactus. So that direction, we didn't see any deserty dry sort of cactusy things. So we decided, let's go the other direction. So we ran into a giant ocean, hopped on some boats, and there's another ocean monument right there. Very easy to spot. That's why I like to do the bathymetry and that's just a feature. Do cartography, show bathymetry. Well, check that box under cartography, and you'll see the ocean floor. So we just went west, and sure enough, we ran right into a mesa biome, which had a lot of deserty stuff around it. So we didn't actually have to go as far to get cactus, and then so we just looped back, doing some exploring there. So north and south have been largely unexplored. There is a jungle down here. So we actually found a jungle and were able to grab some melons while we were down there and some cocoa beans. And she's cruising. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. Kind of lost my train of thought. So we now have the blizzes. So we have the blaze. That's from the nether. That's a vanilla thing. Now we have a blizz, and we're going to be using that. And while we are over in the desert, we came across the blitz. And the blitz, I just grabbed them just because I could. And, you know, we've got a lot of other things now. So, pretty good stuff. So I'm going to go get some of these. Oh, looks like there's something in our mob farm. Oh, yes, we got mushrooms in here still.
I forgot about those guys.
Okay, where are my shears?
There you go.
I got some shears here. So, we're going to take you. Lots of mushrooms.
Regular cows. Really, how much do you get off of each?
2 to 3, I think.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn the mob farm on in a second. You don't have to kill him.
Aww.
So there's the blizz in the mob farm now. So I'm gonna put the mushroom cow away, and we're gonna try to gather up some of these drops here, just because. So we're gonna close that. We're gonna turn that on. Yeah, that goes on. We gotta close that door again.
Did you turn on all the fans already?
No, that one needs to turn on, and that one needs to turn on. There. Now, yes, all the cows are now gone. So, if we look in here, we actually have 13. Oh, yeah, look at the mushrooms I got. I got almost a stack and a half of mushrooms.
Wow.
Out of all those guys. But now we're going to turn the blizzes on. So, if we look in here. Oh, yep. Let's close that up. So yeah, this blizz rod is what we're after. We need these blizz rods. And we also get some snowballs, so that's kind of a cool thing. We can use snowballs for our delighted meals.
Yep.
So this thing has been just running constantly, and we've got over 20,000 buckets of essence now, so we're not hurting for essence. Those cursed earth farms are just machines when it comes to essence. Okay, that is a lot of blaze rods. No, I let them out. Oh man. Turn that off. I need some bow and arrow support. Ah! That's a really bad place to have a door.
Yeah.
That's a really
when you
bad
said
place.
You let them out, I stopped what I was doing, and I'm just like, uh-oh.
Yeah, that was not a smart thing to do. Okay, so blizz rods, good to go. This stuff is really nice. It's really going to be handy because we needed it to advance into the next level of machines. And I'm going to take like maybe 2 stacks, throw them in the pulverizer. I highly recommend the pulverizer because you get more. You get 6 a piece rather than like 4, I think you would get normally. Okay. Let me put my shears away now that the mushroom apocalypse is over. Okay, so we're going to work on...
only get 2 when you craft just regular dyes out of cacti.
Cacti? So let me look. I almost got a whole stack of cactus. Let's see. Smelting redstone furnace. I don't think there's a way. Yeah, see, there's no way to get more than one cactus. Oh, mechanical squeezer could do it.
You get snowballs too.
From what?
When you pulverize the blizz rods.
Oh, yeah. That's a secondary chance. So I'm going to grab some of this blizz powder, and we're going to look
I'm going to grab the snowballs.
We're going to look at what we need to advance. But first, I would like to start digging the basement for our little base over here. Just so we can move in. And so what I do is the floor here is up a couple blocks, and that's a good floor. You raise it up off the ground a little bit, and it gives you a little access, a little walkway underneath where you can run wires if you need to. But then I go down a couple blocks from the surface, leave about 4, like, so you have grass, and then stone, and then stone, and then another layer, and then you start the basement. And that basement, it doesn't have to be super tall, but, 10 to 12 blocks tall for a basement, and fairly large. And that's where all of our automation and our machines are going to go. And then under that, I dig yet another basement, a really big basement, and that's where our power gen is going to go. And that way everything is stacked up and nice and neat. Before I do that, I want to get into this Actually Additions drill. This thing, I recently, in testing the mod pack and everything, played with it for the first time and absolutely fell in love with this thing. It is so good because you can go 3x3 and then 5x5 mining. It chews through the power, which is why I wanted some more advanced power options. But in the long run, it's just going to be awesome. So, the tools that we have is, a good excavator. So pink slime tough tool rod, cobalt excavator head, fluxed electrum plate, prismarine tough binding for the excavator. The Uber hammer, again, has 16,000 durability. And I've actually had to repair this once. I was digging so much. But yeah, the pink slime tool rod, the cobalt hammer head, 2 fluxed electrum plates. That's what gives that so much goodies. The beheader here is pretty much fluxed electrum except for the blade, which is manulin. And then the pickaxe is one of the first ones I made before I got really advanced stuff. Bone binding, tin tool rod, and cobalt pickaxe head. Somebody had asked what I made my tools out of, and that's what it is. The fluxed electrum, while kind of a pain to make, makes such a huge difference in your durability and everything. So yeah, good stuff. The drill, however, will replace the excavator, the hammer, and my pickaxe. All 3 of those tools will be replaced with just one drill. So it's just better for my inventory. So if we look at this thing, this requires a drill core. Now, in our adventures, we've actually found a couple of these. So if I look in here for drill core, we have 4 drill cores. you can craft these. So, a Nori crystal block, basic coil, and a Restonia crystal. All this stuff is pretty easy to get. I have covered the atomic reconstructor before, and so you just, Inori is just iron, Restonia is redstone, you know, and it's you know, you can see the recipe. You can you know, hit R on the drill and then see the diamantine. Well, that's more or less obvious of what you use for that. But you know, some of these other ones, Inori crystal requires Inori crystals, and yeah, you can actually get that from iron. So it's pretty straightforward how you get this stuff. So we have the drill cores. Now we need some coils, and I need a lot of these coils. So Restonia, I've actually crafted a bit beforehand. So there's some Restonia crystals, and let's get the drill, and let's do a few more of these basic ones. Okay, so the drill, see, let's look at diamantine. I wasn't able to make as many of these. We don't really have as many diamonds right now. We'll probably be able to manage that a little bit better in the future. But for now, I'm going to kind of restrict my diamonds as much as possible. Okay, so drill. Now we can look at this. We should have everything in here ready to go. So there's a drill. Now we need to look at augments, because the drill itself is nice. If you shift right click it within your hand, you'll get a little bit of a menu here that you can put in, you know, power-ups basically. And we got speed, we have silk touch, we've got drill mining. So yeah, if you want to do 5x5, you're also going to need the 3x3 in there too. So you need, you can't just put the 5 in there. You can't just put the augment, you know, speed 3 in there. You have to have all of them. It's sort of balanced around that. So what I usually do is have speed augment 1 and 2, the silk touch, and then I leave room for the 3 and the 5, depending on what I need them for. If I'm mining stone, I will use the speed augment 3. If I'm mining dirt, I don't, because that can mess up. You mine so fast that you might, if you're playing on a server especially, you might mess up the server because you're digging so fast, it can't keep up with the number of block updates that you're doing. So if you're going to mine a lot of dirt with this thing, don't have it maxed. Don't have it max speed, because it just mines too fast for the game to even keep up with you. Okay, so I also want one of these. I want one more of these. And because I know that somebody is going to want one that's going to be pink. So let's make a pink one here. So there's a pink one. Okay. Now, this is going to take a couple episodes to get into, because we've got some advanced stuff that we need to do first. And let's see, drill speed augment 1, we can actually make this fairly easily. Let's see how many Inori we have. See, we only have 6. Where are my blocks? Inori. I could have sworn I made some blocks. We got iron block. Oh, maybe not. So I need some iron, and we're going to make this into blocks. It's just a little easier to craft this in block form. So you just go to your constructor, your reconstructor, toss in the blocks, hit the button, boink, there you go. And then if you need some more, you can just pop them like that, and you're good to go. So drill speed augment 1, I need some sugar. I think I have some. No, I don't. So let me go over to our lovely little area here. And look at that, we've got some sugar in there. How about that? It's glorious. Okay, so let's put some sugar in there. So I want drill speed augment 1. Oh, look at that. We got more sugar needed and a cake. Well, I think our lovely cook has given us some cake. So there's a speed augment 2. The 3 requires empowered crystals. So we can't quite do that yet. We will cover those next episode. So the empowerment stuff we will cover next episode. I don't want to overwhelm anybody. I do want to process another set of iron. And we're going to need to smelt some more iron. So let me grab a couple stacks here. Put in here. So it's just going to smelt some more iron for me. Okay, so the Silk Touch needs empowered emeradic crystal. Again, we will cover empowerment in the next episode. So let's do the 3x3 augment, which is pretty much standard stuff. And then the 5x5 uses empowered Inori crystals. So we can't quite do that one yet. But we have those, so let's put these in like this. And now we have a drill that can mine. Let's go over here. Oh, it doesn't have any power. Look at that. So we need some power. And let's see. We don't have really anything to do power. So we are going to have to ramp up our game here and get into some powerful systems. Namely, systems for power. And we're going to use a few different things for that, and we got to do some empowering. So, we've got the drill, but to use the drill, we're going to need something else. So that's going to have to wait, unfortunately. So that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.